Hi, human beings. Good evening, good evening. No, is it good morning or no? Is it good afternoon? Yes, your host, your guy himself, DLG Reppin. You know, when I say DLG Reppin, I don't muck about. Delete London Gooner. Yeah? Romeo, Echo, Papa, Indigo, November. Yes, it's the D to the L to the G. Romeo to the Echo to the Papa to the Indigo, November. Yes, it's me again. Ladies, gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls. How you doing, man? How you football? In fact, how you football fans doing? You've been waiting for me long enough. I know. Sorry I did not do an afternoon video. Due to the fact that I was doing my review of all the Premier League teams in action. The goals, the talking points, and, of course, the enjoyable action from Match of the Day. Before I get started, on my Premier League review, smash the thumbs up like button like no other before. Smash my share button like no tomorrow, yeah? Especially make sure your friends and your relatives get hold of this video. Flood the comment section with your messages of support, your opinions, your thoughts, etc., etc. Then, yes, subscribe to DLG Reppin. Left, right, and centre, galore. All over the world, in fact. Yeah? And speaking of subscriber, I've got a new subscriber that I found out this morning. Massive shout out to you, sir or madam, he or she. You've come along to the light side of the football fan, which is myself, DLG Reppin. And now you'll enjoy my consistent hard work. Check out my video, check out my subscribers, the views, anything that you want to, any questions you've got to ask, leave it in the comment section below and I'll do my best to respond as soon as I can. Right, the Premier League roundup. A roundup of all the goals and talking points as well, as I said earlier. Excuse me. Let's start off with the game at Stamford Bridge. The very first fixture that kicked off after the international break, which was played between Chelsea and West Bromwich Albion. Thomas Tuchel went into the game unbeaten in 12, 10 clean sheets, 2 goals conceded. West Brom came into the game with lower confidence. No wins in 7-8 matches, I hear, and conceding a bucket load of goals. Only God knows how many goals they conceded prior to this fixture. For me, it was a Chelsea home win, which looked nailed on, home banker, but instead it turned into a home wanker. Yeah, it finished Chelsea 2, West Bromwich Albion 5. Could you believe that? That would send shockwaves around Europe. Never mind England. Never mind, that must have sent shockwaves around Europe, knowing Chelsea have got big amount of respect that they've commanded over the years gone by. I mean, they started with a house on fire. Thiago Silva returned back into the team after, about 10 games out? But the thing is, Chelsea got off to a flying start. They were in control and capable of holding on to that lead and controlling the game from there. They had a free kick. Alonso forced a good save from Sam Johnson where he's palmed it onto the post, but it fell nicely to Pulisic. And he wasn't going to miss from where he was from 7 yards out. 1-0 Chelsea. And Thiago Silva, I think he got a yellow card before the goal. Then after the goal, he got a second yellow. I mean, if you look at the road challenges, there were two yellow cards, and Danny Murphy said it in his punditry. What was he thinking of? And Jermaine Dennis said it nicely that West Brom plays some nice football, and you have to highlight that, and I will highlight that for myself. The equaliser came from Pereira, who was at his ruthless best, and I feel that he gave everything he got in that game, and I was impressed with him. You know, he was by far West Ham's star man. He got a good goal, one direct long ball. Chelsea defence was in 6s and 7s, and under Tuchel, that wasn't the case. And take nothing away from Pereira, nice neat finish for his first goal of the game, the equaliser, the lob over Mendy. That's Edouard Mendy, the Senegalese goalkeeper. Second goal, well, as Chelsea were down to 10 men, West Brom took the advantage. They flooded bodies forward. Mistakes from Jorginho, to name a couple of other players involved in the second goal. It's just a schoolboy error, the second goal. And Pereira, smart finish, 2-1. And you would have thought West Brom would have sat on that and allowed Chelsea to pile on the pressure to the point where they can get a couple of counter-attacks. No, they did not sit back. They went on the offensive, and they got another goal that they deserve. And what a goal by substitute Robertson, who came on for the substituted Branislav Ivanovic, who spent 9 years at Chelsea. He came on for, I think he came on for an attacking player. And then he got substituted, I think, with a muscle injury of some sort. But nevertheless, Theo Robertson came on and got a fine goal. And then West Brom didn't hold back from there. They went on to get another goal, and I'll tell you what, good team goal for me. The build-up was sublime. I know Pereira was involved in it, and it was well finished off by Diagne. I think he's a Senegalese striker. He made it 4-1 to West Bromwich Albion. Yeah, imagine that at the time. Chelsea 1, West Bromwich Albion 4. Yeah. Managed by Sam Allardyce nowadays. What was I going to say? The fifth goal, for me, I think, no. Chelsea got a goal back before West Brom got the fifth. Yeah, it was an attack by Chelsea of their own. Timo Werner was through, faced one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but he unselfishly found Mason Mount, who tapped it into an empty net. 4-2, but West Brom decided, no, we're not going to have none of this. We've got the man advantage, and we're going to do what we've been doing in the second half, controlling the game and getting the goals that we've been doing. And they went up the other end to get the fifth goal of their fifth goal, the seventh goal of the game. And what a nice build-up it was. Patient passing, and Robertson put through again to chip Edward Mendy, and the ball nestled at the far corner, 5-2. So it finished Chelsea 2, West Bromwich Albion 5. Next game I'm going to talk about is Leeds v Sheffield United. End-to-end game. I don't know how it didn't. I don't know how it didn't finish 5 apiece. But it finished, it was Leeds who got off to the front foot, and they got off to a flyer. And who got the first goal? Yeah, Jack Harrison got the tapping after a good bit of movement from Leeds. It was a good movement from Leeds. I think Sheffield United equalised, I believed, and then Leeds in the second half went up another gear, and they got the goal they deserved, and Jagielka was unlucky because he was trying to clear it. But for me, if you see where the ball came off, it came off his studs, where he should have just got his laces on that And if he does that, there's a more realistic chance that it would have gone off. He would have booted it to the point where he concedes a corner, or maybe they nestled into the back of the net. Nevertheless, Sheffield United still took the game to Leeds, created a couple of chances, and they just couldn't get that equaliser. So it finished Leeds United 2, Sheffield United 1. Leicester City v Man City. Now, this was potentially a great game between the two sides. I feel that it was, I feel that it was a spectacle from both teams. And I thought it was on paper, but for me, Man City always looked like they were in control. I mean, I think they got off to a flying start with Fernandinho scoring a brilliant long-range goal, but it was offside, and rightfully so, because Aguero, as the shot went in, Aguero was seen to be active. So I think the officials got it right there. And then the business end of the first half, Jamie Vardy was put through by Jose Perez, and he's rounded Ederson only to be offside, and he was a yard offside. Second half, I think Man City started off in control to the point where Leicester really struggled to get close to them. And around the beginning of the second half, let's say 10-15 minutes into the second half, Man City get their goal. And it was a unexpected source in the name of Benjamin Mendy. Cuts inside, curls it with the right foot from near 20 yards out. Low drive. Not low, should I say low curler on the right foot at the back stick, and left Kasper Schmeichel with no chance. Second goal, what a ball. I think it's one of the through balls of the season, if not the through ball of the season, by KDB. Yes, Kevin De Bruyne. For me, he's the best in the world at what he does, possibly the best number 10 in the world. If there's a number 10 in the world that is better than De Bruyne, name him and leave it in the comment section below, because I would love to know who it is. But for me, that through ball to Jesus, and Jesus plays his 1-2 with Raheem Sterling. He finds him back. All Jesus has to do is tap it in, which he did, and it seals the game 2-0. James Maddison came on. From an English perspective, he had a tame shot that was easily dealt with by Ederson, and it finished Leicester City 0, Manchester City 2. The game at the Emirates, I've said what I needed to say, and all I've needed to say about Arsenal, because they played Liverpool at home, and there was only one team in it, and it wasn't Arsenal. For me, the way Liverpool controlled the game from the first get-go, in that first half, Liverpool should have at least been 2, if not 3-0 up at half-time. It just shows how pathetic, lethargic and lazy Arsenal were. Just a lack of fight, a lack of leadership, a lack of direction. And in the second half, it told its own story. It all showed. And Liverpool were completely superb. Take nothing away. And I'll say this now. If Liverpool can play that sort of football they played at the Emirates against us, let me tell you something. Liverpool can go on to win the league next season. And if they can add a couple of additions into the squad, they will definitely put themselves in the position to go on to win the league again. Because that Liverpool team that came to the Emirates, they were phenomenal in what they did. And the substitution made a difference for me. Diogo Jota, what a bullet header. But for me, he should not be getting in that header. Well, first and foremost, it's easy to blame Bernd Leno. Yes, he should have used 2 hands. But Aubameyang, he gets more of the blame. Yes, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And I'm going to say this live on YouTube, on my channel. The thing about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, it's not... The simple fact is, he just lifted a lazy right leg just to try to attempt to stop that cross. He was nowhere near Trent Alexander-Arnold. The thing is, he was just anonymous in that game, along with a number of Arsenal players, Lacazette, etc., etc., etc. Then Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he's trying to look like the closest thing to the light-skinned Snoop Doggy Dogg. It's like that 375,000 quid a week has made him look lazy, completely laid back, disinterested with playing for Arsenal, and it's as if he can't be bothered to turn up for training on time, and he expects to play the North London derby. His attitude has to be questioned as well. So for me, he deserves everything he gets in his criticism. But take nothing away from Liverpool. Let's go back to the cross. Fine cross by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And if he can produce crosses like that, like Danny Murphy says, Gareth Southgate will have no choice but to start him for England. Second goal, pathetic. Gabriel Magalhaes, what was he doing? Sliding in that situation. Man, you've got to stay on your feet. And by the time you're tracking Mo Salah, he slid it into the back stick. But how did he get to the back stick that way? Bernd Leno's positioning was odd, but Magalhaes gets the blame for that goal, and he gets the blame for the third goal. That just shows you how woeful he was. He's trying to play out from the back. Backfired. Trent Alexander-Arnold intercepted quickly, and before you know it, another goal, another stupid goal that we concede. Hotter again. So it finished Arsenal 0. It should finish Arsenal 0, Liverpool 3. Sunday's game, and what a game at St Mary's. What a game. This is the sort of game, I think this is the sort of game the neutrals would like to watch. Southampton v Burnley. Lively game, full of chances, full of good football. And, well, Burnley got off to a flying start with a 2-0 lead. First 20-odd minutes. Chris Wood with a penalty, and rightfully so. The penalty, for me, Walker-Peters did not cover himself in glory at all. He's done himself no favours. Stupid foul on Eric Peters, and Woods converts the penalty. And then Burnley's second goal, well, I think it's Matthias Vidra. I think he gets a second goal, or Burnley fans, remind me who gets a second goal. But for me, Southampton were on the ropes, and then a bit of good offensive play by Southampton, and Armstrong gets Southampton back into the game. And then a mistake by Ben Mee, and before you know it, Danny Ings pounces on it, cuts inside the defender, I think Tarkowski, leaves him on his backside, slots it in at the back stick, 2-2. What a first half it was. And I think Burnley will be disappointed that they didn't go into the interval with a 1, if not 2 goal lead. However, the second half, I think Southampton were always a better side, and Walcott finds Redmond, and a volley at the back stick there. Good finish by Redmond, but Southampton had a number of chances. And Nick Pope, before that third goal that Burnley conceded, Nick Pope made a fine, good save. Definitely maybe catching the attention of Gareth Southgate. But nevertheless, he would feel unlucky not to be in the winning side. So it finished Southampton 3, Burnley 2. Newcastle United v Spurs. Now, this was a game of two managers who are under pressure for different reasons. Steve Bruce to keep Newcastle up. That's the pressure he faces. And Mourinho to deliver Tottenham a trophy. Also. And both managers have different Yeah, they have different philosophies in terms of how they want to finish the season. Well, Newcastle started off brightly, where Tottenham defensively from the get-go, they were all over the place, and I feel that Newcastle started off pretty brightly, and they got what they deserved. Their reward was to be 1-0 up. Joe Linton with a fine finish. Then Harry Kane goes up the other end. Well, then Tottenham respond superbly, and Harry Kane gets the equaliser where the through ball was played. He gave up on it, and it took a touch of the defender, and Harry Kane ain't going to miss from where he is. Not one of the best lethal strikers in the world. And I personally believe Harry Kane is up there with the world's best, because I think he is a world-class striker. And if anyone wants to disagree with me about where Harry Kane stands as a world-class striker or club class, leave it in the comment section below. And then Harry Kane again does what he does best, and gets himself another goal. And he leaves Tottenham 2-1 up at half-time. In the second half, Tottenham had I think they had a couple of chances to win the game. Harry Kane was unlucky not to get a hat-trick, where he fooled the goalkeeper, but he hit the outside of the post. And Lamela, he had the counter-attack for Tottenham, led it. He should have played in Son for me, and instead he used Harry Kane, and the chance was wasted. And Son, he's got every right to be upset with Lamela. And then at the end, Newcastle go up the other end, and Joe Willock, not tracked by Lamela, not tracked by the other defender, and he gets the equaliser with a couple of minutes to go. And I'll tell you what, that would definitely upset Mourinho. And I mean upset Mourinho, because well, he has said to one reporter, same coach, different players. Now, Ian Wright said the reporter was right to ask that question, because it's as if he doesn't trust his players, or the players don't buy into the system that he's setting them up. And Mourinho's job ain't secured. He will be under some pressure, and so will Steve Bruce. But out of the two management, Bruce will be happy with the point, I believe. So it finished Newcastle United 2, Tottenham 2. Aston Villa v Fulham. Yeah, I think Fulham gave a good account of themselves in the first half, and I think Fulham did. Yeah, they did their best to give a good account of themselves, but I think Villa were always strong. And in the second half, I think Mitrovic gets the goal through a mistake by Tyrone Mings, a rare mistake, and Mitrovic was never going to miss from where he was. And then Aston Villa equalised by showing some character. Trezeguet with the equaliser, and Villa just turned up the gear a little bit, and Trezeguet gets his second of the game, and Villa's second, and he makes it 2-1, and it was a fine finish by Trezeguet. And then Ollie Watkins, he's not going to miss from 2-3 yards out. And the form he's been on, although he's not scored in 8 games, but he has been terrific for Villa since he's signing from Brentford. And I just feel that Fulham gave up in the end, more or less. So it finished Aston Villa 3, Fulham 1. Man United v Brighton Hove Albion. Now this is a game that this is a game that defines. Well, this is a game where you expect Man United to win, but in the first 10 minutes, I think Brighton were worthy of their lead, and they've started off the brighter of the two, played a better football, if the truth be told, without having a dig at Man United fans personally. But from what I was watching, Brighton were so up for it. You know, you can see it in their football. When Man United know him well. Danny Welbeck, who was at United at 8 to 24, 5 years of age, and he gets the first goal of the game. Albeit it was a cross that came into the right. I think it was Pascal Gross who whips the cross in. Good header by Danny Welbeck, good save, but he had another header which ended up in the back of the net, and Henderson didn't have the He didn't have he couldn't react in time, should I say? And Brighton were worthy of their lead. And I will say that they should have maybe they should have had a second. And but then again, Man United didn't do enough in that first half to get back into the game. But in the second half, they started to push more, gain more control of the game. And it was only because it was a mistake by the Brighton defence that allowed Bruno Fernandes to create another assist for himself, and Rashford finish neatly to make it 1-1. And you could see there was always going to be one winner, and you could see Man United getting the winner. And Mason Greenwood, for the efforts he had in the first and second half, was so determined to get a goal for himself, and that goal was the winning goal from a tapping, more or less. And it finished Man United 2, Brighton 1, where Man United cement second place. They've now got it under control by 4 points, I believe. Man United fans, feel free to come into my comment section and express your delight or your relief of winning the game against Brighton. Honest Man United fans only, please. I know you guys. I've had to put up with you guys through growing up with your biasness. Honest opinions. Anyway, Monday night's game, Everton v Crystal Palace. Now, Everton, by the large spells of that game, were the better team. I just can't understand how Everton did not put Palace out of sight. The number of chances they had, especially Richarlison had a couple of gilt-edged chances. He even had a free kick that was not far away. But for me, he proved that he can be such a selfish prick as a human being, as well as a professional occupation as a footballer. Now, Everton fans, how selfish do you feel Richarlison was a selfish prick? If you do or you don't, then leave it in the comment section below. But for me, he should have allowed Sigurdsson to take the free kick, if all be honest. But nevertheless, in the second half, they go up the other end. In the second half, they go up, they get their reward, and it was a good build-up. And I'll tell you something: a shot comes in, Guaita saves it. Goes to an Everton player, tees up Jay Rodriguez, and what a finish. I mean, at the tightest of angles, I think Guaita has it. He has it covered, and then somehow, I just don't know how James Rodriguez beats him at the near post, but he does, and it was a fine finish. Can't say no more about that. But Palace grew into the game the last 15 minutes, and I'll tell you what, they got what they deserved. And I'll tell you, the substitution spot on by Roy Hodgson, taking off Jordan Ayew for Batshuayi, and Batshuayi gets a neat finish for me. I think it shows that Michael Keane came out, he was attracted to the ball, and his right back had to try and he had to race as quick as he could to try and prevent the shot going in, but he just couldn't get there, and Batshuayi had a yard on that defender already, and slots it at the back post. So for me, it was a share of the spoils. So it finished spoils. So it finished Everton 1, Crystal Palace 1. Wolverhampton Wanderers v West Ham. I mean, first half, West Ham were fantastic. Jesse Lingard continues his form. The way West Ham started the game, they were up, you could see they were purposely up for it, and you could see they had an intention just to win the game. And Jesse Lingard scoring a brilliant solo goal. This guy has been on form. Now, dare I say, if Jesse Lingard really cared passionately about his football career, he has to consider leaving Manchester United. Just a consideration, Man United fans. West Ham fans, how much do you want to spend on him, and how badly would you want Lingard in your team on a permanent basis? Leave it in the comment section below. West Ham go up the other end again, and they had this newfound confidence, and they get the second goal through Pablo Fornells, neat finished, and I think they get the third goal of the game, and I've forgotten who's the goal scorer. Who scored the third goal of that game? Oh, Oh, Jared Bowen, who came on for Mikel Antonio, who picked up an injury. Jared Bowen comes on and he scores the third goal of the night for West Ham, making it West Ham 3. Making it Wolves 0, West Ham 3. And West Ham sort of took their foot off the pedal a little bit, and Wolves exploited spaces. They created a couple of decent chances where William Jose could have scored, and then William Jose forced a save out of Fabianski. It ricocheted to Pedro, and he missed it. But after that, Wolves did get a consolation, and it was good play by Traore with his pace on the left, going the outside over the defender, whipping the cross in, and what a bullet header by Pedro, I think. No, Dendoncker, the Belgian international. And then later on during the second half, in the middle of the second half, or late in the second half, Silva gets himself on the score sheet, and I'm sure West Ham fans were in panic mode, but I think they were relieved to hear the final whistle. And for them, it's a relief. They're pleased with the result, and it takes them to the top 4. Well done, West Ham United. West Ham United fans, how delighted are you? Can you now cling on to the top 4 spot, Champions League football next season? Is it a realistic possibility? Get in touch with DLG Reppin and leave it in the comment section below. Otherwise, I'm done with this. I've done over half an hour of this video. Ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, I'd like to thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for always putting up with me. And I'll be back hopefully later on with another video on a football context scale. Otherwise, smash the thumbs up like button. And as I said before, smash that share button, yeah? Make sure it goes out to your friends and your relatives around the world. Flood your comment section. Flood my comment section with your opinions, your views, etc. Let me read your thoughts and let's have a conversation about your teams, my team, if you want. And smash the subscribe button, please. DLG Reppin. Yeah? You don't need any reminder. You know who I am by now. For those of you that are watching for the first time, yeah? Welcome to my channel. Otherwise, peace again, love again, and bless again. And make sure you've enjoyed your day. Keep staying safe. Enjoy tomorrow because it's a new day. And be blessed. And for the subscribers, new subscribers, thank you for the love and support and the appreciation. All taken with a grateful heart. Otherwise, yeah, be nice.